Hello and welcome to the show. Listen, we've got a great show planned for you. I'm excited about this show because it's always when I get to talk to young people who are doing some exciting and extraordinary things. I want to welcome you to the show. This year, we've been talking about being grateful. That's what my motto, what I'm living by, what my words are for the year is being grateful because, God has blessed us with so much. And I can't do anything but say thank you and just be grateful that I'm able to even talk with you today. This week's guest is Pr3scott and singer-songwriter. And so I just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy because it's coming up next.
The Cecil Williams South Carolina Civil Rights Museum is the Palmetto State's first and only museum. It honors a generation of people, black and white, throughout the state of South Carolina who deserve to be remembered for their unselfish commitments and sacrifices. Enjoy an immersive and entertaining virtual tour. For more information, visit www.cecilwilliams.com.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley of The Michael Finkley Show, and you're watching Gold right now. Why? You're watching The Tammy Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show. I told you we've got a great show planned for you. I want to make sure that I let you know, as I always say, I'm about getting the word out. It's about getting the vote out. And so we want to make sure that you get out and vote. You can do early voting now. And, I'm a big supporter of Kamala Harris. She's also my sorority sister, but not just because she's my sorority sister, but I feel she's the best person to be the president of the United States for us. So I want you to get out and vote. And remember, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I've been wearing pink most of the month. But without further ado, we have Pr3scott. He is a native of Massachusetts, I believe he said. He's now a graduate of Voorhees. He went to Voorhees. He has a beautiful mother, Mrs. McDaniel, his late father, and his grandparents and his big sister. And I guess he has a lot of cousins and all of that as well. But this young man is a singer, songwriter. And I'm excited about talking with him because he's going to talk about his music career. Come on out, Pr3scott.
Hey, hi, how's it going?
Fine. How are you? Listen, you're doing great. You're backstage, but you've been talking while you were backstage. So whoever that is, hello, how are you? Yeah. Listen, thank you so much for being on this show. It's always great when I get an opportunity to talk to young people, especially people who are in this industry. And so I want you to kind of tell us in your own words, if someone came up to you and they're going to say, hey, I see your name is Pr3scott. Pr3scott. Who are you, Pr3scott? What would you say?
I would say I'm a singer. And I'm just fun, soulful person. That's it. I write songs. And
wow.
That's it.
Wow. Well, listen, when we talk about writing songs, what was the inspiration for you to start your musical career?
Oh, my late father, actually, my whole family, though, however, is very musical. Started with my grandfather and some of my grandmother. My grandfather was a choir director for Claflin, and he sang in the military, which then he had my aunt and my father. And it was my father first, then my aunt. She's the little sister. She ended up singing for a lot of people. She sings opera, or she's a retired opera singer. And she had gotten to know some of the music industry through helping some artists back in her day, which was yesterday.
All right, come on, you know what to say. Because if Auntie's looking, she's gonna say, "Don't you dare say it."
I had to sugarcoat it. But yeah, she's helped a lot of artists, including my sister. My big sister had me around watching her sing and want to sing. And she ended up being a teacher at Denmark Tech. She taught vocal and other places too. And then I was just constantly seeing that in my house, and then my dad, of course, would bring a lot of the influence home. He would take me to church on Sundays, and I would watch him play the bass and listen to him. Sometimes even sit right next to him, you know. So there was always inspiration of being a songwriter. I would tell people in the first and second grade when they asked me what I wanted to do when I grow up, I'd be like, I'm gonna write songs, I'm gonna sing. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. So when I'm listening to you, what was your defining moment when you said you wanted to start a career in songwriting?
I was 16, and I'd always knew I wanted to sing. But when I was 16, I started to get a good responses from people in my local Brockton town, Massachusetts, Brockton, Massachusetts. And I honestly, being on stage, that is the most fun part aside from the creating harmonies and creating in the studio. I love performing. That's when I was like, I'm gonna get paid to do
You got the
this.
bug. You got the bug. Well, so talk about this. Do you also play any instruments?
Not really, no. I play with. I'm very good. I play with. I mess with a piano just to get some ideas across.
Okay. So when you're creating songs, what is that process for you?
Uh, it starts with a melody. Actually, it's a technique I learned from my aunt. And what I had to do was I get very imaginative, and I've always had that type of imagination. I'll like see music videos as I'm creating the song, but
Mhm.
you'll lose people with that is what I learned. So it starts with a melody, and then from there, um, I would create the rhymes or the rhyme scheme, and from there I would add embellishments or places that I wanted to have more pronounced to different
Mhm.
notes where
Mhm.
that would get the message across. And that's it.
Wow. So when you talk about melodies and
Mm-hmm.
oh, what's your favorite genre? And your favorite artist? Who was your favorite
R&B.
artist? R and
I don't,
B.
yeah. I listen to that every
What?
day, all the time.
Okay. And so you, oh gosh, I'm getting ready to sneeze, so excuse me.
Bless you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So when you say R&B, so who's your favorite artist?
I don't have one, but I can give you a good list. Um,
Okay.
so
Who do you
Santa.
listen to? Who do you listen to?
Oh, okay. So right now, I listen to John Billion. I listen to Sir,
Sir.
and also who else is there? Oh, Simone. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So your playlist is vast.
Yes. And I'll also go. I'll go into Sam Cooke every now and then, and Jackie
Okay.
Wilson. Funny enough,
Okay.
my grandmother on my mom's side, she used to have Jackie Wilson playing on repeat when I was younger. So I know a
Oh,
lot of those songs by heart.
so you do remember. I don't know if grandmother had the record player. So you remember that? Did she have a record player?
No, I don't even think it was the record player. She played it on the DVR, but
Oh, okay.
she
Okay.
played it on the
Okay.
CD. But I did see a couple of record players. Never had them actually play it. I didn't experience that till I was like older, and I was at a artist hotel in DC.
Uh-huh. And you experience that. So when we talk about um your musical background, what did you learn from your aunts, from your musical family about discipline?
Oh gosh. Well, that depends on how long we stay in here. But I guess the simple parts about it is it is more than doing the same thing every day.
Hmm.
It's about the completion and the I guess not necessarily the quantity over quality, but it's about how much you actually finish. And it's about that and maintaining your skills every day. And there's different ways to do that. But the way I've learned to do that is to just start with the simple and build up. Yeah, that's basically the compilation of what I've learned years of family members
Right.
given to me.
And you know, that's important because maintaining your skills every day, it's like you have to hone your skills in. You got to make sure that you know what's out there, what's current, what's happening, you know, so when you are writing that music and you're singing those songs, that they don't sound like everybody else's. So now, since you brought a couple of things with you, I want to ask Willie to go ahead and play the first one. I think this one is where you with a crowd of people. I think this is your song. Yes.
It's out there.
Turn around, the step is going down. We're stepping, looking good on the dance floor. We're a stepping neighborhood. Right, left, do your dance. When the step is over, you're ready for romance. Put me in a trance. Love her body saying, I gotta take that chance. Girl, just make your moves. I'll do what comes next. We're 100 proof when you do the step.
Compliments of TikTok, your TikTok. Thank you, your producer and everybody for letting us have that. So that's one of your songs, Step, and that's you stepping.
Well, yeah, that's actually a challenge. It's Romeo from Savannah, Georgia.
Right.
He has line dancing classes at EB Social Hall, and he actually, with his collective, Greg G, his brother, and who else? 380. Yep. And they created the song and have been doing it for years now. It's got about over 3,000, over 5,000 hits on Facebook. And
Wow. Well, you know how to do that. So now, Willie, I want you to play Pr3scott song now.
She got my heart and I don't care if she flaunts it. The face I know I better see in the morning. My destiny I have yet to see. I trust in my journey, so I'll be ready. When she blinks, 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 when she blinks.
All right. All right. Come on, give us some of that. All right. Wow. So when you wrote this song, what were you thinking about?
Oh, okay. So I actually started, this was the reverse. I was younger. I was 18, between the ages of 18 and 16. And I was writing a poem. So I just kept writing, and eventually I was kind of putting different parts of my personality in the song, but making sure it was about love. And I got to the point where I was like, well, I like the idea of when you're with that person, whether you're married or not, when you decide you love them, you're with your life partner, whatever, that you and them have a specific type of way y'all know how to be with each other that nobody else knows. So I was like, well, DC wavelength, okay. And I said, all right, well, when she blinks, I know what she needs. She just blinks at me, I know what she needs. So I just kept playing with that idea, and that's how the song came to be.
Oh, great song, great song. Thank you for sharing that song with us as well. Great song. So, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, Pr3scott, I want to ask you, about some of the challenges that you have faced during your career in this little short time, because you're still young and you got a long ways to go. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back, folks.
Bye, y'all.
The Orangeburg County Conference Center supports downtown Orangeburg and our surrounding communities. The 6,000 plus square foot space is ideal for groups of up to 400 people attending corporate meetings, conventions, workshops, and special events. Conference Center staff are inspired to ensure that everyone can enjoy the modern amenities. State-of-the-art ballroom that accommodates up to 400 guests banquet style and 430 guests theater style. A warming kitchen with hot boxes, ice machine, refrigerator, freezer, and counter space. A lobby that accommodates 150 guests with special events outdoors. The comfortable outdoor amphitheater has a video wall and seating. Adjacent to the amphitheater is 12,000 plus square feet of green space that extends events outside, plus complimentary on-site event parking and additional parking across the street. Your event can take place all in one spectacular location. We welcome your special event in Orangeburg.
You're tuning in to the Tammy TV show, and we bringing in that Christian rap heat with Big Geek. What up?
And welcome back to the show. Listen, if you're just joining us, I'm talking with Pr3scott, singer and songwriter. And I tell you what, an amazing young man. And I thank you so much, Pr3scott, again, for being on the show. Let's talk about challenges, because, you know, even though people see you doing well, I always tell people they see your glory, but they don't really know your story. What challenges have you had dealing with this career, your musical career?
Well, there's been a few, but the main one is that I've come to realize how much on the spectrum I am, and most people call it whatever you want to call it. I see things backwards. I remember things backwards. I'm dyslexic, didn't even realize I was. And I had to finish my degree and be a musician at the same time. So that was something else. And I had to find myself growing in certain aspects, understanding my own tendencies, understanding how I learned, and understanding the music industry more every day. And it's also my father's passing. I wake up a lot of days wanting advice or wanting to ask them for things, or wondering what it would be like if they were around and I was doing this, stuff like that. So those have been my challenges, but on the other side of it, I find that my spectrumness, if you want to call it that, it's what makes me creative, and it's what creates this. They've got some Christmas songs coming. And,
oh yeah, we want to talk about Christmas. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And essentially, that always just makes me more grateful, because I wouldn't be me without them. I wouldn't be me without the journey. So.
And so when you talk about that, and I always like to talk to people, because people, like I say, they look at you, they see your glory, but they really don't know your story. They don't know what you had to go through or what you're going through. How are you able to overcome? What are some of the strategies that you use to help you, as you navigate your challenges?
Family, family, Google, um, consistency,
Mm-hmm.
and checking twice, which still includes family because dyslexic. So um, those help with
Mm-hmm.
everyday struggles. Um, yeah.
Yeah, wow. And so, in all of this, what have you
Mhm.
learned about yourself that you can share with us?
Oh, well, aside from everything I've said about making sure what you do in a day towards your task is finished,
Mm-hmm.
just make sure whatever you do is what your spirit wants to do. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wish for everybody and anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I call it catering or being the kid in you, and
Mm-hmm.
not in the spoiled kid way, in the person who was born and was like, I'm gonna do this or
Right.
whatever makes your heart skip, do that. Then
Right.
have fun.
Those dreams, those dreams that you have, those visions that God gave you. Talk about the
Mhm.
Christmas song.
Okay.
Let's talk
Well,
about the Christmas
um,
song.
this is a really full circle moment. The Bomber Palmer, Travis Palmer. He is the engineer who was around in those days I told you about, where my sister was trying to be a singer and my aunt was helping, and we had other musicians around us. And I was just little running around, and I was to the point where I would get up and try to play his piano as a kid. And then when I got old enough, when I got here, we had to find him again, and now we're back uh, with him, and he's the producer of the songs. And yeah, I was telling well, it's Aunt Yvette told him while we were all in the studio. She was like, that's your child, and then he was like. And she was like, all he kept saying is, I really just wanted to work with Travis. And then I was like, yeah, she right. Because, you can hear some of what they're saying. And I was like, she right. And then I was like, she keep going. I'm going to cry in the studio. And so yeah, it's coming together very well. And the
Good.
message of the song takes the magic of Christmas and the idea of a Christmas miracle, and takes the R&B aspect and pushes them together. And
Mm.
it's basically, the song starts with me saying, um, "Lay with me, uh, girl, be my Christmas Eve," because I was trying to play on the subject of Christmas,
So, mhm.
and it turned into a let's get married on Christmas song. So
Oh,
she's
wow.
miracle, and um, that's really what the song's about.
Wow. And so when is the song going to be released? So
It's
we
going
can
to
let people know.
be released in the 20 in 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
Released in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. So we are excited. And listen, you got to let us know when that song comes out, because I want to make sure that I hear it as well as support you in
Oh,
that. Oh
and
yeah,
I'm
most.
definitely. And also, please, because I'll be singing it. I'll be previewing it and stuff on my own show called Singing Coffee Chronicles on Sundays. Please come and sit, and I'll give you some directions on how to drink some good coffee, because that's my other business. And yeah, it's a good time. Maybe
Oh.
my favorite songs.
Okay, so it's Singing Coffee Chronicles.
Yes.
So you didn't tell me that part. Okay, folks. So, I'm just learning about all of this with Prescott. So talk about Singing Coffee Chronicles. Tell us about it.
So, well, one day, not even one day, I'd always been making coffee since I was younger. In Massachusetts, we drink coffee like South Carolina drinks iced tea. I mean, it's everywhere. It's in every function. It's in everybody's hand,
Mhm.
going places. It's within 2 or 3 stores, they'll be on the same block. So what happened was I wanted to make my own coffee business. I'll set up a table. I'll make coffee right then and there for the people at the event. And I have my own flavors, but I needed some social media engagement, and I sing. So one day I just put up the live, and I had some music playing in the background, and then sometimes I started singing. So people would come on, they'd watch it. And then I had my manager / aunt, I call her Mama Bear Management. I had her come in and help out. And now it's an every Sunday thing. We have guests. Or I'll just sit. She's the personality. I'm just drinking coffee, making it, and singing. So it's
All right.
good time. It's a good time.
All
We
right.
basically just chill out with some good coffee. And sometimes it's hot chocolate, sometimes it's iced coffee, but we chill out. I sing, we listen to some good music and trade stories back and forth.
Wow. I see. So how can we see Singing Coffee Chronicles?
It's on my Instagram. You just go
Sundays,
on
what time do you usually do it?
6 or 7.
6 or 7, and it's on your IG. Okay.
Yes.
And that's your IG page?
Yes, and it actually is. It's more at 7 o'clock than anything. It's going.
Okay, 7. And so, folks, that's Singing Coffee Chronicles with your Aunt Yvette McDaniel.
Yes.
Wow.
Sometimes if you're lucky, you'll see Meech. He is a DJ. He's the DJ I did the first episode with,
Really?
because it got a little awkward trying to press the songs and
Right,
sing it.
right.
So,
Right.
yeah, if we're lucky, we'll get him in here too.
Wow, isn't that's exciting? So when I'm talking with you, I always ask this question. There are young people who want to be singers, who want to be songwriters. What advice would you give them?
Practice your skills, do your research, and don't be afraid. That's it.
Yeah, man, that's great. And when when the viewers are looking at this, what do you want them to take away? What do you want them to glean from this interview about you and about your career?
Just that I'm just a friendly R&B singer. That's all.
That's all. You're just a friendly.
Yeah, you could hit me up about if you need a song, if you need something written, if you need to vent. If you need a good drink, I can make that or give you the directions. And then if you need some better advice, Mama Bear Management's always there.
Right.
I can't write no essays. Please don't have me write essays. I can't.
Well, we're not gonna have you. We're not gonna have you write essays. Listen, you may have to write something for Tammy, the Tammy Show. So yeah. So
the music you had was good.
Oh, all right, Willie. Okay. Willie did that. All right. Well, listen, we sure appreciate you. Last thing.
You want a song now?
Huh?
I could make a song right now.
Are you kidding me?
I could. Okay, well, let's see. TAMMY. Ooh. Why don't you stop by? Ooh, Tammy, Miss Tammy, need to get your fix, Tammy. Ooh, Tammy, know you need to see it. TAMMY. Ooh.
Wow. Thank you, Pr3scott. Man, I haven't had anybody do that before. This is the first. Listen, I'm excited. Aunt Yvette, girl, you did it. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Hey, come on now. What is next for you, Pr3scott? What's next?
What's next? We got the Christmas song. I have a conference coming up next week on Monday. I'm going to be singing for the community health workers because I'm a certified community health worker. And what else will I be doing? Okay, I'm gonna need some help from the background. Okay. What else am I doing?
Hey, how is he'll be seen next Monday in one of the parks in Columbia with the health workers, and they said anybody that wants to stop in, so we'll get that information to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know December 7th, he's in Georgetown, and December 14th, he's in Savannah with Romeo.
Wow.
January 11th, he goes back to Savannah for a birthday party, and he will be singing for the senior citizens February 14th over in Bamberg. Other than that, he's got a few other local engagements, and we'll be recording. So please, everybody, Pr3scott is me at Instagram, and I promise you, I will make him write you back if you can. Say hello.
All right. Well, listen, you got it. Pr3scott is me. SCOTT is me. So thank you so much, Yvette. Three words. I always ask. I got it before we get off. 3 words that describe you.
Fun, soulful. I know it's like an extra, but all over the place.
Fun, soulful, and all over the place. Okay, you can't beat that. You cannot beat that with a stick. Listen, Pr3scott, it was a pleasure meeting you. Hugs, man. And listen, if I can do anything from the Tammy Show, Tammy, if we can do anything to help you, support you, please reach out to us. Okay. I really, really thank you so much for being on the show. It was a pleasure having you, and may God continue to bless you. Yeah, man. God got you. He's doing it. So may God continue to bless you and your family.
Thank you.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself. All right. And thank you, Aunt Yvette McDaniel.
No problem. No problem.
All right. Listen, take care of yourself, Pr3scott. All right. Well, listen, you heard it right here. I want to thank you, viewers, for tuning in to Tammy. Pr3scott is an amazing young man. And you've got to go and check out his songs. Go to his IG, go to Sunday where they have Singing Coffee Chronicles with him and Yvette McDaniel, his aunt, and the whole family, his musical family. So you want to go to Pr3scott is me. That's his IG account. Thank you again, Yvette. Thank you again, Pr3scott. Enjoyed having you. Next week, we have a great guest. And I don't want to say her name wrong. I think it's Glache, but she will be on next week. Pr3scott's trying to tell me something, but I want you to check out the IG. That's the way you're gonna get it, because we do promote the show, and we have another young lady coming on next week. Thank you to my producers, Alicia, my associate producer, Willie. I want to thank you, Willie, for always being here. And I want to thank Ashley as well, our guest coordinator. Please remember to subscribe to the Tammy TV Show on our YouTube channel. That's the Tammy TV Show YouTube channel. You just hit that red subscribe button. It will notify you as to when you can come on. Remember, let's be a blessing to somebody today and every day. Remember, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We want to pray for survivors as well as those who have lost their loved ones to breast cancer. And that's why I have on pink all month long. Remember, it is time for us to be grateful. God has blessed you, and continue to be grateful. Thank you again for joining me. And until the next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.